Welcome back to Schizophrenic Life. So, the subject for the podcast today has changed within the last 30 seconds because I was going to start today off by reading a Bible verse. And I memorized this Bible verse as a kid. We had to memorize it, and it's different. They legit changed the Bible, and I thought that this has got to be a different version. No, it's the King James version. But apparently, in 2001, they just changed the Bible. It says at the front that it was revised and changed in 2001, which when I was a kid was before that, obviously. And they completely changed it. It makes because I had memorized this whole chapter for something with a not like a school play, but we had to stand up in front of the class and read it or say it from memory. But if you go to First Corinthians chapter 13, they've completely changed it. So First Corinthians chapter 13 used to be about love. And now they've completely removed every mention of the word love and completely changed the meanings. Like, I want to say they went woke with it. Like, how do you get away with changing the Bible? It's either you can't just go and change the word of God. Like, it was talking about love, and now all of a sudden they all they say is charity. So I wish I had an older Bible with me, but now it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not, supposed to be love, have not charity, I am becoming as sounding brass or thinking or a tinkling cymbal. That whole verse is wrong. Um, it's close, but completely wrong. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not love, but they put charity, I am nothing. That's close. It's supposed to say move mountains, not remove mountains. Verse 3, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Completely wrong. That's not even close to the original. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity voweth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail, whether there be tongues, they shall cease, whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. That's enough. So I'm going to mark this page, with the little thingy. I don't have a older Bible, so we're going to have to move on over to the computer. I'm sure I have an older Bible somewhere, but let me Google. Okay, so what it's supposed to say is, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or clanging cymbal. See, that was close. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, or give over my body to the hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Then the one that everyone knows, verse 4, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. Okay, so that's not that's the NIV version. That's the one I guess I learned. I want to see what they have for the New King James Version. See, I have the New King James Version. They haven't updated to the new version. And here is the New King James Version. And it says, and they use love too. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in inquiry, but rejoices in the truth, bears all, skip to the end, and now abide faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. That's the New King James Version and the NIV version. Both of them say love and are fairly accurate. This one, which I don't remember, I think I got it like a few years ago, they've completely changed it. And it says, if you go to the front, it says that it was revised and they completely removed love out of it. Like, and you heard some of the more subtle differences, the different wordings. It's a joke. Obviously, I'm not gonna throw a Bible away, but I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna get me a different Bible. I'm not reading from this anymore. That's insane. That they have to be woke, stupid pieces of crap to just go and change the Bible and be like, yeah, it's all right. We can just change the Word of God and it'll be all right. I understand there's different versions of the Bible. You could read it in Old Hebrew if you wanted, but I just can't. You can't just year to year change it for no reason. Like, it makes no sense. That's I was waiting for the 10-minute mark. I was gonna end at 10 minutes. Twitter doesn't like X, sorry, doesn't like longer than 10-minute videos, but I guess, oh well, no video on Twitter. Okay, let's just continue on. So, okay, I'm off my soapbox. Apparently, I have a defect Bible because they decided to just change the words for no reason. Like, I'm legit upset about that. I didn't realize it. And even for the online, you can see the older King James version, and it's different from the newer one. And they just change it randomly. They should at least mark that they've changed it. They should say, we changed this to be more politically correct. Then we don't have to read it. I can just read it on my phone or online and get the original version. Well, original at least as far as English. That really upset me. I'm sorry. So I was originally, the podcast was going to be open up with that verse and then talk about how love, not just for others, but yourself, and how you think about yourself, how you talk about yourself, how you feel about yourself affects your life, your direction in life and everything. Because if you feel good about yourself, you have a good self-image, you're confident, you feel great, you're gonna be accomplishing a lot more than someone who's self-conscious, has zero confidence. Like, imagine a salesperson with no confidence, and they're just depressed with no confidence, and they're not gonna sell shit. That's why they call salespeople, a lot of salespeople they'll call confidence men, because you have to have confidence to sell people. I had one job. It didn't last long. It was 2 months only, which I'm lucky it lasted 2 months. But I had one job as a salesperson. It was in the IT field. I didn't sell a damn thing. I didn't sell a single. I reached out to like 20-30,000 people over those 2 months. Like, legit hundreds and hundreds of people a day. Didn't sell a damn thing. I mean, and I explained when I got the job, I was like, I've never sold anything, and I still haven't. You know? That's why I've always said I hate sales. I hate sales. Like, I'll do anything other than sales. I'd rather do physical, manual labor over sales. I hate sales. Mainly because I hate talking to people. Like, I hate being like, you really need to, like, you really need a lighter. You need to buy this lighter. Why do you need a lighter? This blue lighter is just amazing. It will just light up your world. You know, like you see in the movies, the interviews, like, sell me this pen. I didn't have a pen with. But that's what it's like to me. Like, I just couldn't. I can't sell shit. And I've never been good, like, saying, hey, give me money for this. But I'm good at doing what I'm told. I was in the army for a long time, and you just do what you're told. The army is the easiest and hardest life. So it's the easiest in the fact that you never have to think about anything. You don't have to think about what you're going to do today. You don't have to think about what you're going to do tomorrow, any day of the year. You don't have to think about what you're going to do, because you're going to get told what to do. You're going to get told to be at PT at 6 o'clock in the morning. You're going to told to be At 8:45 in formation, you're going to be told, 11:30 lunch. You're going to be told every minute of every day, you're told exactly what you're going to do. And you just do it. It's so easy. You just do what you're told. Um, Whereas, like, I'm a software developer now, and it's harder. I have to not motivate. I have to have discipline to accomplish my work, and I don't have someone sitting over my shoulder saying, at this time you're doing this, at this time you're doing this. I have to do all that myself. I have to. The only thing that's told is like our daily or weekly meetings is at a certain time. But as far as what needs to be done, how fast I can get it done, everything like that, that's all on me. And I have to manage my time between, work, more work, kids, wife. Like, you have to manage your time. Podcast. It's fucking, I don't know what time it is. It's after 10. I've been, I got up and started working 4:30 this morning. Because I got up to get uh, my youngest a bottle. And when I gave her the bottle, I was like, well, I'm already standing, so I can go get to work. And so I just started working at 4:30 this morning. It's 10 o'clock at night. Um, I took, I think 2 or 3 hours. No, it must have been longer than that. 3 or 4 hours up to now. I took off after work. Um, but now I'm gonna stay up all night and work. So over the next 2 months I have a lot of overtime to do. So, um, not by choice. It has to be done. Um, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I got off subject, but basically the whole point of it is back to the original topic: how you feel about yourself, having love in your life, having faith in your life. All of that affects, like, when I'm depressed, I'm less productive. 100%. When my head is not right, I'm less productive. I'm less productive at work. I'm less productive in family life. Because if I'm sitting there depressed, thinking about doing something, that's gonna affect how I interact with people. Like, if I'm depressed and all I want to do is lay down, I'm not gonna be interacting with my kids like I should. So it's, especially for me, like, so I have um, chronic PTSD and schizophrenia. So obviously, the only way to deal with the voices that I hear are medication, dopamine blockers. I hate those. It feels like you're living in slow motion underwater. It is, someone will say something to you. They'll be like sitting next to you and they'll say a sentence, and it literally feels like an hour from the time they say it to when it gets to you. And then it feels like another hour, and then you can respond. It's like living in slow motion on those drugs. And so I don't take them. I do Instead I uh deal with the voices. Um I'm considered on the schizophrenia side high functioning just because I don't act on what they tell me to do. Some schizophrenics, the reason they're dangerous is because they do what the voices say. Um, I have in the past, but not in a long, long time. Not in a 15, 20 years. Um, so I'm considered high function in that aspect, but I still have the depression and PTSD, and so I'm not always mentally stable, but I try, and I know on my good days I'm more productive. I get twice as much done as on my bad days. So take care of yourself. Get the help you need. Get as stable as you can because your life will improve just by taking care of yourself and feeling good about yourself and not laying, having the confidence, feeling good about yourself. These things will help you improve your life. Today I was too busy to think most of the day, but this past weekend, um, I was thinking about, do I really have a chance at achieving my goal? My dream is to be a professional golfer. Um, Now the roadblock to that is I'm not good enough. How do you get better? You have to put in the time. To get to the level that I need to be playing golf at least 8 hours a day. Play a full round of golf, um, working on, everything with course management. But then I need to spend another 4 hours on the chipping, putting, in the practice bunkers. Like, I need to train at least 8 hours a day for a year, maybe 2 years. But how do I do that? I'm already working 12, 16-hour days right now. I try to keep it close to 8, but less than 12. So I don't have time. I'm lucky if I can play one round a week in the summer. And if you're playing once a week, you just can't get good. When I took vacation last year, I played, for part of it, I played every single day. And I literally dropped 3 to 4 shots per day until I stopped playing every day. And then I gained shots back. I literally just need to train every day to build that consistency. But I can't. I don't have the time. For a goal as hard as becoming a professional golfer, because it ain't easy, a, a goal that is that high of a level, um, for someone that's working full time, it's impossible. And I don't have the money to just quit my job. I have to keep working. So I can't just quit. I have to pay the bills. I have to keep working. The only way is if I can find a sponsor to, cover the bills and the training to give me the chance to do it. But no one's going to do that. Let's be realistic. No one's going to do that. No, the only way you get sponsors is if you win something. And I don't have the time to train. So I tweeted out, am I crazy? Or, is this a realistic goal? Or am I just crazy? Um, and a guy on Twitter was messaging back and forth with me. And it's all public. You can see it. And he said, you know, you're getting up there in age. So unless really soon you start shooting consistently 3 under, then you don't even have a chance, and it's not realistic. But if you love the sport, at least try to get down to scratch. Uh, and just for the fun of it. But as far as going pro, I'm running out of time. The older I get, the less time I have. Well, obviously, but to compete at the highest level, the older you get, the slower you go. The slower you are, the less likely you're gonna make it. Most of the people playing professionally played since they were like 6 years old or younger. I didn't even start playing um, till I played about 6 years ago. I played for a few months, quit for 5 years, and then I've really only been playing the last 2 summers, and obviously not much because I don't have time. So once a week. So I haven't put in the time needed. And this weekend I was thinking about it, and it was so depressing thinking about it. Like, am I really just not realistic? Like, is my goal impossible? And then I was listening to a podcast while I was working from Gary Vee, and I had to get up and I hit the pause button, but right before I hit it, he said something that clicked. He was like, if you give up on your goal, if you think to yourself you can't do it, then it's over. Now, my question wasn't whether I can do it. I know I can do it. But is it realistic? I don't know. I still don't know the answer to this. It's definitely realistic if I can train 8 hours a day. It's 100% realistic. But in my situation, I can't do that. So how realistic is it playing once a week? It's zero. So there's a challenge here. How do I get past this challenge? Find an investor, find a sponsor. Well, how do I find those? I at least have to get good enough to get one of those. So I don't know. My putting's been getting good because I can practice putting at home, but everything else, during the winter, I can't do shit. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused right now, but I have to end this. Um, I got I just made some coffee, 10 o'clock at night. I should be able to get quite a bit of work done tonight. And I don't know. I'm feeling lost today, this weekend, and then today. I just feel lost. I still have to work. I can't let it affect my work. But I've definitely, mentally, I've just felt lost because it's like, is my dream really just me being crazy, or is it achievable? I don't know. I need to find out soon. But um, I don't know. Love y'all. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.